Hmm. Oh, hey there. Didn't see ya. Just kidding. I pressed record. Hey, third and fourth grade. Today we are going to be talking about materials. So, tell you a little story. The other day I was painting and I started realizing I was running out of paint. And in this time when it's really, really hard to get access to a lot of materials that are not essential, I was trying to think of different ways that I could use things that I could find around the house to create my art. And as I was doing so, I was drinking just a cup of coffee. And I guess I started daydreaming and just thinking super hard. And my hand slipped, and all my coffee just fell on these papers at my desk. And at first, I started, you know, like geeking out and just trying to clean everything up. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think we may have stumbled on something amazing. I noticed that the paper was soaking up the coffee and creating this really pretty, like a yellow tan color. Then I started thinking about what materials we use that are water based. Watercolor. Watercolor is essentially just hue and water. What is hue and water as well? Coffee. Coffee is water with that brown hue. So today we are going to only need four materials. You are going to need a pen or a marker, a piece of paper, the ends of the coffee. So not don't grab your mom's fresh cup of coffee. Grab the ends of the coffee. So it's going to look somewhat like this. It's going to be the darkest part. I can't. It's going to be the darkest part of the coffee, and it's going to have some of the ground, so some of the parts that you steep of the coffee, um, and a paper towel. If you have a paintbrush at home, you can use a paintbrush, but I'm thinking about all the stuff that if we really didn't have anything at home, what could we use to still create art? So you're going to take your paper towel, place it inside of the coffee grounds, and you're going to stipple. Now, stippling means you're going back and forth very lightly on your paper. You don't want to condense your paper with too much of the liquid, because what happens when you put too much of anything that's water-based on paper? It starts to break apart. Now, this is the one that I had done before. Now, you might say, Miss Sayed, what is that? What are you talking about? What is that? I don't know. I'm going to stare at it for long enough and try to create something in my head. Now, as I look at it, I'm seeing, you know what? A fire-breathing dragon. What? Yes. Let's see. The dragon breathing all the fire. And that's what I use. Now, today is essentially going to be a mixed media piece. Now, what do we know that media is? Media comes from the term medium. Mediums are our materials. Mixed mediums, multiple materials that we're going to be using. So I already used my coffee grounds. And I'm going to take the marker now and define the paper a little more. And it's okay if it's not perfect. And this dragon is looking rough already. But it's okay. It's some kind of animal. That's what I'll tell you. Oh my lord. And so this dog thing that I got going on is just my basis. It's just my basic step. So you'll have your coffee grounds that created an image, and then you'll go back in with pen. Now, let's say that I'm like, ooh, you know what? I want to add more color. After you've waited a little bit for the marker to set in, you can always go back with your coffee grounds. So I'm going to take it, find the darkest part, maybe even grab some coffee grounds. Don't want to put too much. Oh my gosh. I recreated it. Don't want to put too much. And then I'll go back to the parts that I want to define. So I might want to define right here where the neck is, over here, maybe in the center. And if you get some coffee grounds on your actual paper, that's okay. Now, you might want to leave a little extra paper on the side just in case you start realizing that, ooh, I'm still experimenting with how much water I'm using and how much of this I'm using. So go ahead and get started. Just see what you can create. If you don't have a paintbrush, you always use a paper towel if you have a paintbrush, great. Make sure you don't use too much liquid, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. All right, bye-bye.